outskirts wild. She captures the world like a camera dial. Word on the street, justice in the air. Bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings it light so you don't feel the fall. She paints a check that on black or white. In the ink of her stories, there's always some light. No matter where you are, you'll hear her call, echoing the truth, standing tall. Word on the street, justice in the air. Bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings it light so you don't feel the fall. Journalistic trick from the heart of the city to the outskirts wild. She captures the world like a camera dial. Word on the street, justice in the air. Bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. Calm in the storm with that urban kick. She's got style and grace like a journalistic trick. From the heart of the city to the outskirts wild. She captures the world like a camera dial. Word on the street, justice in the air. Bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. She paints a shade that on black or white. In the ink of her stories, there's always some light. No matter where you are, you'll hear her call, echoing the truth, standing tall. Word on the street, justice in the air. Bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. Listen, a special thank you to the First Lady OG that I'm actually waiting on. She has not yet reached the building yet, but I was having a little technical difficulty. So in order for you guys to hear the song, I had to come on. I don't know what's been going on, but we ain't gonna let us even take us in a bad space. You feel me? We're gonna continue. So with that being said, this is the Odyssey podcast with your girl Word. Yes, we are back in the building. I am currently waiting on the First Lady OG. You know, she's always multitasking, but I know she'll be here shortly. Y'all see the title. We're going to jump right in. But like I said, I just want to give a special thank you to the First Lady OG. Why? Because she's the one who created the song that you're hearing right now. So that is my intro song that the First Lady OG created for me. And listen, y'all, when I'm telling you I'm learning how to put it in the Dropbox, add it to my music center in my studios. And literally, I've been having technical difficulties doing that, but I assure you, I will be figuring it out. So, yes, that's the song the First Lady OG created for me. And as you know, it represents me, it embodies who I am. And I am so appreciative of that. I want to give a special shout out to my subscribers. You guys know I appreciate you guys so very much. A shout out to my moderator, Sonia. Thank you, Sonia, for always supporting, always dropping comments for me, always keeping me updated on new things to talk about. Also, guys, feel free. You can write on my community wall, or you can drop it in the comments if you want to speak about something. I will be dropping my links. I will be soon holding panels. I don't want you guys to feel afraid of hitting the panel. When I open a panel up, all perspectives are welcome. There's no judgment. Everybody's perspectives are welcome. With that being said, guys, I want you to make sure you go subscribe to the First Lady is Auntie's house. So when you go in, it's really Hollis voice. The First Lady is Auntie. So when y'all go in, it's Hollis voice. The First Lady is Auntie. Go over there and subscribe. In the meantime, just stay tuned to the community wall. Like I keep telling you guys, I reiterate it just because I will be posting some things pretty soon on my community wall. So just stay tuned for that. Also, check out Marta the Smarter. I have a person here that I'm so grateful that I was able to introduce him to Marta the Smarter and him gain what he needs from it. And as long as he follows and keeps on being as inquisitive as he is, JPT, thank you for always pulling up and showing your support. This is especially for you. If you continue and you follow through, she does have connections that she could connect you to. Just stay along your journey and listen. Anything worth having is doesn't happen overnight. It is definitely a process. I promise you that. So I'm just speaking from also my experience just as a content creator and being able to keep myself putting out good content and understanding what people may like or people may not like. Welcome, Nathan. Welcome, Nathan. Send demands. Oh, send Democrats to Ukraine and Israel and Diddy back to Africa. Okay, all right. I know y'all see the title and I know y'all like a lot that's been happening. I put in my description box the link to the video that you can actually go and watch. I really and truly want to be able to actually see if I can possibly pull up the video right now for you guys to listen. So what I would like you guys to do, if you guys can actually hear the video, I want you guys to be able to tell me that you actually can hear the video. Now, I am not in discrimination of nobody. Whatever your choice and your beliefs in, I definitely don't discriminate on that by no means. I'm not here to pass judgment on another person's perspective. You get what I'm saying? However, I did come across some things that I do think will be bringing an uproar within the LGBT community. And as you know, what's been going on with the migrants, it's a lot of stuff that's been happening with as far as the migrants having to return back. A lot of them are what is happening here. Let's see, guys. Give me 1 second. 1 second, guys. But so much has been going on. And then allegedly, they're trying to say that Trump may try to give Diddy um, a pardon. I don't know how true that is. Let's make that clear. I don't know how true that is, but that is what they're saying, allegedly. So we're going to discuss all of that. And I really want to get your thoughts on if you guys do believe that Trump may pardon Diddy. And if you do believe that that may be the case, what's your insider thoughts? Do you think that that will be a good look as him being president to even think about um I'm looking for it right now, guys. Forgive me. I'm looking for it right now. Let's see here. Would it be a good idea for him to even think about pardoning, giving Diddy a pardon based on what the allegations that are against Diddy at this point in time? I mean, we really need to jump into it. And then, I mean, some people do have the same feelings, I should say, as Trump. Um, I mean, what do you think it looks like going forth on our community? You know what I'm saying? What do you think is going to happen to the inner communities? that have the LGBTQ in these in these smaller communities. You know what I mean? Do you think it's going to bring about some form of hate? I mean, it's so much to discuss and get into, guys. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm actually looking for, and I can't find. Okay. Declare. Let's see something here. This is actually supposed to be going on live. Well, guess what? Since I'm having technical difficulties with that and I don't understand why it doesn't want to pull up, what I will do is I'm going to return. So what I'm going to do, Diddy ratted out the Mexican suppliers, take down what? Take down the chim cartels with the homosexual addicts. Listen, it's a lot. Listen, it's a lot that's happened, a lot that's going on. I was actually trying to play the actual video. Like I said, I just been having technical difficulties, so forgive me with that. But however, I'm gonna allow you guys to listen to this audio. This is coming live, and this is what President Trump had to say in regards to a new bill that he currently wants to sign into Congress.
Furthermore, I will support the creation of a private right of action for victims to sue doctors who have unforgivably performed these procedures on minor children. The Department of Justice will investigate Big Pharma and the big hospital networks to determine whether they have deliberately covered up horrific long-term side effects of sex transitions in order to get rich at the expense of vulnerable patients, in this case, very vulnerable. We will also investigate whether Big Pharma or others have illegally marketed hormones and puberty blockers, which are in no way licensed or approved for this use. My Department of Education will inform states and school districts that if any teacher or school official suggests to a child that they could be trapped in the wrong body, they will be faced with severe consequences, including potential civil rights violations for sex discrimination and the elimination of federal funding. As part of our new credentialing body for teachers, we will promote positive education about the nuclear family, the roles of mothers and fathers, and celebrating rather than erasing the things that make men and women different and unique. I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth. The bill will also make clear that Title IX prohibits men from participating in women's sports, and we will protect the rights of parents from being forced to allow their minor child to assume a gender which is new and an identity without the parents' consent. The identity will not be new, and it will not be without parental consent. No serious country should be telling its children that they were born with the wrong gender, a concept that was never heard of in all of human history. Nobody's ever heard of this, what's happening today. It was all when the radical left invented it just a few years ago. Under my leadership, this madness will end. Thank you very much. I plan to stop the chemical, physical, and emotional mutilation of our youth. On day one, I will revoke Joe Biden's cruel policies on so-called gender-affirming care. Ridiculous. A process that includes giving kids puberty blockers, mutating their physical appearance, and ultimately performing surgery on minor children. Can you believe this? I will sign a new executive order instructing every federal agency to cease all programs that promote the concept of sex and gender transition at any age. I will then ask Congress to permanently stop federal taxpayer dollars from being used to promote or pay for these procedures and pass a law prohibiting child sexual mutilation in all 50 states. It'll go very quickly. I will declare that any hospital or healthcare provider that participates in the chemical or physical mutilation of minor youth will no longer meet federal health and safety standards for Medicaid and Medicare and will be terminated from the program immediately. Furthermore, I will support the creation of a private right of action for victims to sue doctors who have unforgivably performed these procedures on minor children. The Department of Justice will investigate Big Pharma and the big hospital networks to determine whether they have deliberately covered up horrific long-term side effects of sex transitions in order to get rich at the expense of vulnerable patients, in this case, very vulnerable. We will also investigate whether Big Pharma or others have illegally marketed hormones and puberty blockers, which are in no way licensed or approved for this use. My Department of Education will inform states and school districts that if any teacher or school official suggests to a child that they could be trapped in the wrong body, they will be faced with severe consequences, including potential civil rights violations for sex discrimination and the elimination of federal funding. As part of our new credentialing body for teachers, we will promote positive education about the nuclear family, the roles of mothers and fathers, and celebrating rather than erasing the things that make men and women different and unique. I will ask Congress to pass a bill establishing that the only genders recognized by the United States government are male and female, and they are assigned at birth. The bill will also make clear that Title IX prohibits men from participating in women's sports, and we will protect the rights of parents from being forced to allow their minor child to assume a gender which is new and an identity without the parents' consent. The identity will not be new, and it will not be without parental consent. No serious country should be telling its children that they were born with the wrong gender, a concept that was never heard of in all of human history. Nobody's ever heard of this, what's happening today. It was all when the radical left invented it just a few years ago. Under my leadership, this madness will end. Thank you very much.
So now, guys, welcome, Hank. Welcome back, Hank. I'm happy to see you. Well, to be honest with you, it's alleged that that is what Diddy is looking forward to is being pardoned by Trump. But based on what Trump is pushing when it comes down to the minor youth, as you heard him speak. Now, please understand something. I always let everyone know I'm not here to judge anybody based on who you love or what you feel because I am my own person and I can't tell somebody else what they may feel or whatever have you. Now, when it comes down to the youth, I do agree with a child not having the say so to say that they want to be operated on and have a sex change. Okay. I mean, I think that when that child reaches an adult, then that child can make that say to if that's what they choose to do. I can't see a 6 year old, a 7 year old, a 10 year old, a 12 year old, 13 year old going through a process of having to remove one of their body parts to then become what they feel like their body makes them feel like. And I'm only speaking like this just because I do not want to be insensitive to those who maybe have went through the transition. But what I'm saying is when you're an adult and you choose to make a decision, whatever those consequences look like, then you understand that that's something that you would have to deal with. But when you do this to a child, they go through all type of different chemical imbalances just because of the hormones that's being put into their bodies. Then they go through so much of different depressions and just watching the transformation because these different medication causes a lot of medically chemical imbalancement within the brain. This is what we have to understand. So as he was speaking, I do truly believe that I agree when it comes down to a child should not be able to go into a medical office and have a procedure done at such a tender age, because what you may feel at 10 years old you may not feel at 13. What you feel at 13 years old, your feelings develop and change by the time you hit 16. So for an adult of a child to then go in so early to have this child do a procedure based on what that child feeling is for that moment, I cannot agree with it at all. But Hank, I'm gonna just jump in real quick with Hank. Hank, I will tell you this. I do feel that Diddy is really he's very very hopeful and he's very very wishful, because based on what is no longer alleged, it is in the affidavits, it's in there, it's in the indictments of the things that he was involved in when it came down to minors and sex trafficking. Trump, from even before, what people didn't even, I don't think people did their research to know, he was one of the people that was big on it when he first came into presidency. Okay, so we are talking about not only Diddy, because let's just keep it real, Diddy is a small fish. We're talking about real time higher ups, government involved people that were ordering pizzas at a heightened amount. Now we know, guess what? Those weren't pizzas. But for Diddy to really feel based on what Trump agenda was when it comes down to the trafficking of the children and stuff, I don't think he's going anywhere. Honestly, that's my opinion. It's a lot of people stating that because Trump and Diddy had ties, Trump, Diddy, and Trump's wife have been photographed with Diddy alongside Russell Simmons and Kamora Lee. And 9 times out of 10, if you don't know Trump from way back when, he's been in entertainment, as you guys know him for. He had his own reality show going on at a point in time, also. However, with all of what people are going to put out front about the contradictions based on what's out there on him, what he has shown as far as when it comes down to the sex trafficking and the youth, his track record, I would say, is pretty good, right? Now, like I'm going to say, I'm not against who you love, who you choose to love. I'm not that person to make that judgment. I'm a human being just like you guys are. You know what I mean? Do I have my opinions because I'm growing up children and I believe and I have a belief in certain things? Yes, I do. But even with my children, even though I have a belief, they still have to go on their own journey and find what they believe also, right? All I can do is basically pour into them what I have been given. But when it comes down to this particular situation, I do think that we're about to face something a little bit different when it comes down to Trump asking Congress to sign into bill what he just stated from his mouth. And if you guys want to go and hear the full video yourself, I do have it in my description box for you to go check it out yourself and listen to it yourself. Um, and let's make it quite clear. I don't agree with everything he says at all, but certain things I can come into agreement with, right? And even to the migrants, because let's just jump in right now, because it's a lot of things that I believe that Trump is definitely, while being in presidency, is going to try to sign into bill through Congress. What people don't really know though is Trump is really not the 47th president. He is the 18th president of the republic. So these are things that we definitely got to tap into. And I know for a lot of people, based on documents that has come out about what the agenda is for 2025 and what it looks like, and it seems like a lot of separation may happen, just understand not even Trump has the last word. You know what I mean? The inner power, our higher up, has the last word in everything. But everything is meant to happen the way that is happening. Nothing is happening right now by mistake, right? Um, but with this whole process, I hope that it doesn't get volatile, especially when I think that the message is more going to parents that may have children that may carry certain characteristics that they may notice or whatever have you, but that doesn't mean because your child may carry certain characteristics that you automatically go and be like, all right, well, my child is 9 years old and told me that, guess what, I feel like a girl, mom. I think that comes into play where now you need to get a little bit more in depth with that child, but also teaching that child, listen, okay, that's fine, but love yourself for who you are, because this was the body that you was created in, and it was no mistake when you was created. Why I say that is because for those of you who can go back into even some biblical texts, remember it states, before I even put you in the womb, I knew who you were. So your purpose, before even being put into the womb of the mom that was going to carry you, was already put out there and written. And that's why I say I don't sit to pass no judgment. But what I would say in bringing into this topic, I do think that our country is going to face some traumatic events. And I just don't need it to be no more bloodshed. You know what I mean? I don't want anybody that's living in the world that may have a difference of opinion or feel like their opinion or their feelings don't matter, because it does. But like I always tell you, we have to agree to disagree. We all carry different perspectives, you know what I mean? But to understand somebody else's perspective is to be able to listen to what that person has to say. Not that you may agree with it. Hold on 1 minute. Hold on, guys. Give me one moment. My baby girl's not feeling too well. Hold on. I'm gonna play the song for you guys real quick while I tend to my baby girl. She's not feeling too well. She's a bit under the weather, guys. You know how that goes. So I'll be over here multitasking. But please tell me what your feelings is as far as what Trump has just stated. And it's okay if you disagree. Hold on, baby girl. She says so smooth, got the city on her vibe with that justice in her name is where the truth comes alive. From the headlines to the plot, she's got her ear to the ground, serving news that's real with a beat and a sound. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. A calm in the storm with that urban kid. She's got style and grace like a journalistic trick. From the heart of the city to the outskirts wild, she captures the world like a camera dial. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. A calm in the storm with that urban kick. She's got style and grace like a journalistic trick. From the heart of the city to the outskirts wild, she captures the world like a camera dial. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. She paints a shape that aren't black or white. In the ink of her stories, there's always some light. No matter where you are, you'll hear her call, echoing the truth, standing tall. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. Bringing Let me get it for you. One moment. All right, guys, we are back in the building. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna let y'all vibe out one more time. Okay, baby, hold on. Let me get this. She said so smooth, got the city on her vibe with that justice in her name is where the truth comes alive. From the headlines to the plot, she's got her ear to the ground, serving news that's real with the beat and a sound. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna give you your time. Celebrities and community stories and small. Word brings to light so you don't feel the fall. Calm in the soul with the urban kid. She's got style and grace like a journalistic trait from the heart of the city to the outskirts wild. She captures the world like a camera. Okay. She steps out smooth, got the city on her vibe with that justice in her name is where the truth comes alive. From the headlines to the plot, she's got her ear to the ground, serving news that's real with a beat and a sound. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. Calm in the storm with that urban kid. She's got style and grace like a journalistic trait from the heart of the city to the outskirts wild. She captures the world like a camera dial. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. Calm in the storm with that urban kid. She's got style and grace like a journalistic trick from the heart of the city to the outskirts wild. She captures the world like a camera dial. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light so you don't feel the fall. She paints the shades that aren't black or white. In the ink of her stories, there's always some light. No matter where you are, you'll hear her call, echoing the truth, standing tall. Word on the street, justice in the air, bringing you the truth with the Caribbean flair. Celebrities and community, big stories and small. Word brings the light. Okay. Hello, guys. I'm sorry about that. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. I'll be right back. Yes, guys, sorry about that. As you know, mommy duty calls. So y'all already know I will be back. Please leave anything you want in my comment box or on my community wall in the comment section. Go check out the video I left in the description box. I will be back, guys. I won't be back tonight, but just look forward to me coming back with some more updates. But like I said, it's so much for us to discuss and jump into, and definitely more when it comes down to if Diddy is going to be pardoned. Like I told you guys, Hank, I think Diddy has wishful thinking when it comes down to that part. Now, I just hopefully with Trump putting in the bill through Congress that the LGBT community do not feel like it's an uproar and an uprise on them per se, but it's more or less dealing with the younger youth. Dealing with the younger youth. They should not have to be subjected to making certain decisions that may affect them for the rest of their lives. And when we talk about Big Pharma, I will be back to talk about Big Pharma because when I tell you, remember the doctors, and big pharma are hand in hand. When we go sit down in these doctors' office and they prescribe us something based on a health issue, it may be assisting with one thing but destroying another. I think what we as a people need to realize, we got to take another route. I know a lot of people are not with the Trump thing. I'm not telling you to be with the Trump thing. What I'm saying is look at policy and look what is going to be better in the future for your children's children. Like, period. And like I said, Trump don't have the last say. Like, your higher up has the last say. You get what I'm saying? He was just put in the position right now for whatever reason that may be. But remember, everything has already been written. That's nothing really for us to question. But this is the Odyssey podcast with your girl Word. First Lady OG was supposed to be in the building with me today because I'm telling you, she would have had a lot to say when it came down to this particular topic. And she has some more insight on other things that you guys definitely may be interested in. So check us out. We will be back. I will have the First Lady back in the building. In the meantime, go subscribe to Martyr the Smarter. You already know. She starts class at 10:01 a.m. Virtual assist. If you want to work from home, if you're a new content creator, she will provide you with everything that you need. Just check her out on YouTube, 10:01 a.m. And once you're there, any questions, you could just ask her and she'll give it to you. Also, go subscribe to let's make this clear because she changed it. So go subscribe to Hollis Voice. The First Lady is Auntie. Check out her community wall. She will be posting things on her community wall, and make sure to hit the notification bell so when she does go live, you will be notified. Guys, thank you for pulling up on me. Thank you to all my subscribers for keeping me in the algorithm and always showing me your appreciation. I appreciate you guys. You guys keep on allowing me to put out the content that I am putting out right now. Thank you, JPT. Thank you, Sonia. Nathan, I better see a subscription from you. Go subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you know when I go live. And guys, one more thing. Please hit the up like button or the down like button. Either button you want to hit is still going to put me in the groove. And I still appreciate it. You feel me? With that being said, thank you to my moderator, Sonia. She's not here at the moment, but I want to give a special shout out to her because I know when she pulls up, she's always looking out. Appreciate her very much. First Lady OG. Like I said, I got Debbie. I ain't see Debbie, and I know Debbie probably doing her thing, but thank you, Debbie, for even writing under the comments. Listen, y'all, I'm always reading my comments. Y'all see me chatting with y'all in the comments, so y'all already know. Put anything that you want me to talk about that you feel like you guys want to talk about, and stay tuned for me opening up the panels. And remember what I said, look at the community wall. I will be doing giveaways pretty soon. So just stay tuned to the community wall. This is the Odyssey podcast with your girl Word. Peace, love, and light from my families to yours. I'm sending all the blessings on this 11/11. So y'all already know. Again, peace, love, and light. Until next time, I will be back, y'all. Just stay tuned. Peace.